Hello, my paper peeps. Today I want to show you how to create this beautiful layout using alcohol inks. It is a mixed media for scrapbook journalers tutorial today. Try this technique, please. It is so easy and it will take your scrapbook journals from blah to bling in a snap. So stay with me and let's get started. Now, when it comes to alcohol inks, there are so many different tools out there. You've got your air puffers, your straws, blending tools, brushes, and some people even use compressors to make beautiful artwork. And in all honesty, they are amazing tools. However, if you are new to alcohol inks, I would just hold off on using those because alcohol ink can be very finicky. And so I just want to show you how to create just this layout with just 3 simple tools. So you don't have to go out and buy the whole gamut of alcohol inks and mixatives and you name it. You don't need to buy all that stuff. But if you like this aesthetic right here and you haven't used alcohol inks before, then these are the few things that you need. So let's get started. Now, not all alcohol inks are created the same, and that is where I was really frustrated initially with this. I used alcohol inks years ago and then abandoned it, and I think I know why. It's because there are specific papers and specific inks that you should be using with different techniques. And a lot of people don't tell you that. So I will be putting together a video on compiling all the different techniques and what to use with what. But today we're just going to keep it simple because I really want to show you and get your feet wet, I guess, when it comes to using alcohol inks. So the one thing you need is a heating tool. I just use my embossing tool. It doesn't have to be fancy. Like your hair dryer is good enough. You don't need the blending sponges. All you need is your alcohol blending solution. I use this little fine tip applicator to put the solution in. And then you need your Pinata brass alcohol ink color and your Ranger Stonewashed Alcohol Ink. Now there is one paper that people who love using alcohol inks will recommend to you, and that's the Yupo medium. For this technique, unfortunately, it doesn't work because this paper, if you're going to use a heating element like your embossing tool here, it actually causes the paper to warp a bit. The alcohol ink will actually kind of burn on the paper. So I don't recommend the Yupo medium for this, even though it is by far the most superior for alcohol inks. However, when I first started using alcohol inks, they recommended the craft plastic because you get so much more paper for the same amount that you would get if you purchased the Yupo medium. Now, with that being said, I found that this paper was superior to the Yupo in this layout technique that I'm doing today. So I would definitely recommend the craft plastic for your alcohol inks for this technique. This year, I'm scrapbook journaling in a box. It's not your conventional book. It is full of recipe-like cards and postcards that I have embellished and have created for the purpose of journaling my thoughts and feelings. And on some of the pages, on the back side, there are frames that I can place my photos on. It is a neat way to scrapbook journal. I like it in a sense that I can dabble with mixed media and not feel so guilty if I screw up. Then I'm not tearing pages out of my scrapbook journal. I'm actually just taking the page that didn't work and putting it to the side or using it later for something else, or throwing it out or recycling it. So this is my modern take on scrapbook journaling. Oh, and there's also a mini album in this. There's so many fun, neat little things in this mini scrapbook journal. So if you're interested in this aesthetic, I will put a link to this in the description box below, and you can check it out and see if that piques your interest or something that you might want to do for the next year. So this is what they call the tilting technique. So you're not using any brushes, no air puffers, no straws, no blending tools, no compressors, just your hands and just tilting the paper. What you want to do is just practice at tilting the paper so that the gold flecks or the gold ink kind of flows to the edges. And when you're happy with that, then go ahead and start drawing. Now the key is to drying is you got to pull the dryer away from you. You can't really see me here with the dryer, but I'm just gently pushing the brass with the dryer far away so as not to blast the ink across the page. And then I'm just gently moving it towards the edge. Now the one thing that I've noticed when I've watched some videos or seen people do this technique is they don't tell you one thing. Make sure that the alcohol ink is dry. And on top of that, if you are using a heating tool, make sure that the page is cool before you add another layer. Initially, I didn't think that that would matter, and to some people it doesn't matter. But for me, the way the alcohol ink moves on the page, I find it's so much better when the paper itself is actually cool or at room temperature. If it's hot, if you've just heated it up to dry the alcohol ink, and then you go and place another layer on it, there's a difference. The alcohol, the ink, they don't flow the right way, or they don't flow as well. So be patient. This is by far the number one biggest mistake when it comes to mixed media, is that you have to be patient, or else you end up doing something like this and you just go, ah. So either way, enjoy the process, have fun. It's okay to make mistakes. Save your mistakes, because you'd be shocked at what you can use it for, and just enjoy the process. And I was just recently gifted this washi tape from the Washi Tape shop, and in all honesty, it has taken my scrapbook journals to another level. A level I cannot begin to explain to you unless you actually try these washi tapes out. They're superb. They are beautiful. They're stunning. And The Washi Tape shop just came out with these PET tapes, which are transparent, and they are perfect for this layout just because you can actually see the artwork underneath. So it embellishes it without taking away from what's going on underneath. If you're loving this washi tape and you go to the site and you're like, I gotta have some of this, then make sure that you use a Christine ML10 to get 10% off your purchase. And I'll put a link to all these products in the description box below. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like more scrapbooking tips and tricks that involve a little bit more mixed media, then I will place that at the end here. But if you just want tips and tricks on how to jazz up your scrapbook journals, then you'll want to watch these videos here as well. So take care. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we will see you in those videos. Bye.